Hi guys, welcome back to Laila's Home Cooking. On today's episode, I want to show you how I make stuffed naan. This is so good to eat, and I'm gonna take you to the ingredient. We're gonna make the dough first, and for the dough, I'm using a stand mixer, and to the stand mixer bowl, I have all-purpose flour and salt. We also gonna need some butter at room temperature, egg, full cream milk, liquid, sugar, active dry yeast. This is not instant yeast, so this is active dry yeast for the naan. It's better to use that. Now the milk, here we already have liquid milk, so you can just take your milk powder and dissolve in some water. But what I did here is I microwave the milk for 1 minute and 30 seconds, so this temperature is perfect. When we add the yeast and the sugar, it will be foamy in texture, and it will be perfect for the dough to rise enough for what we are looking for. Now to the milk, I'm gonna add the yeast and the sugar. Just take a spoon and we're gonna stir this, and you guys can see how my yeast is looking, so that's perfect. Now I have already attached the dough hook to my stand mixer. I'm gonna add this butter, egg, and the yeast and the milk. Okay guys, so I'm gonna start mixing the dough, and we're gonna knead the dough on low setting, and then I'm gonna move to high setting. And then after like 1-2 minutes, the dough is mixing, just shut the machine off, put them down, and just use a spoon to scrub around the bowl. That's beautiful. The dough was kneading for 10 minutes. You can do this by hand. There's no need for a fancy item, only if you're lazy or you don't want to do it like me. So just to knead the dough by hand, just in a bowl or on a tray, 15 minutes should be enough. And now some dry flour on your counter, and then I want to get all the dough out. A little bit more dry flour. If you find your dough has just a little bit more water and it looks like it's sticky, no worries, just put them on the counter and add some more dry flour, and then you're just gonna work them just like that. And you can put as much as dry flour you if possible, like until you don't feel it sticky anymore, and it's easy to roll it just like that. And now it's gonna go back to the bowl, but I'm just gonna drizzle some olive oil in here. Oops. Okay. And then you want to make sure the dough is having the oil, so as the dough is sitting to rise, it's not going to get any crust on top. I'm gonna cover this and let this sit, and this has to be rise or just double in size. It will take about an hour and a half, and then we're gonna move to the next step. We're gonna move to the stuffing, and for the stuffing we're gonna need some chicken, boneless chicken cut into small pieces, some chopped coriander, ginger garlic paste, onion finely sliced, half moon, some chopped carrots, some spices, salt, black pepper powder, coriander powder, cayenne pepper. You can, if you don't have cayenne pepper, do not panic, just use chili powder, hot chili powder, or you can just ignore it. And then we're gonna need some paprika powder and some cumin powder. We also need some olive oil. I have about 4 tablespoons of oil preheating. I'm gonna add my onion. I want this onion to cook until it's slightly brown. Nice color, slightly brown. Add chicken. You can use minced chicken for this recipe if you like. I prefer to use chicken breast cut into small pieces. I really want to bite on those nice chicken flavor in the naan. Add ginger garlic paste. You can see the chicken has been cooked a little bit and the heat is over medium high. And now we're gonna add the carrots as well. Chicken breast cook faster, so we have to add the carrots now so the carrots can have a chance to cook as well. Now give this about 2 minutes. Now add salt, black pepper, cumin, coriander, cayenne and paprika. Nice and flavorful. Mix well and then let cook until the water dry from the chicken. Okay, so now the chicken cooked, there's no water. Add chopped coriander. You can add mint if you like to add mint. Now we're gonna mix this well. And then we're gonna turn the heat off and let this cool. Look at my dough, it's already rised. What you can do is punch down the dough and then you can just cover it back if your stuffing is still hot, because when you're filling this, the stuffing has to be cool. Some dry flour. Bring all the dough on your working surface. Some more flour. And now it's your choice, the size of what size do you want to make your naan. You can divide this into 8 pieces. You can get a nice size of naan, and if you make 10, it's gonna be like a medium size of naan. So it's really up to you. And now we're gonna start cutting this. And I'm making 8 pieces into it. Now you already have your 8 pieces. If you need more flour, you can add more flour. But now what we're gonna do is just roll this into a balls again, back to a balls, just like that. Okay, so now I'm gonna leave this on this surface, and this has to rise again. All right, so we have 8 nice sizes. I tried to make it even finally. Okay, now I'm gonna take a cloth and I'm just gonna cover them, and now make sure you leave space because they are going to rise again. So just cover them and just leave it on your counter just like that for about 10-15 minutes. All right, let's open this, and we're gonna just see it's double in size, so just cover them, take one at a time, and then more dry flour on the counter and on top of the dough, and then press down because there is some air bubbles in, and then we're gonna roll this. Okay, so a nice round shape, and this is the thickness approximately 1/4 inch. It can be a little bit less, but not too thin. When you add the stuffing, it will break as you're rolling it. So now let me get my stuffing back there, and now we're gonna fill this with this chicken. And you don't want to fill this too much as well. I think this is perfect. And starting from your side, start rolling this tightly. And then try to pinch the edge, and then this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna roll this a little bit longer than what it is right now, and then you're gonna start from the end, and then we're gonna roll this. So first you make like a snail shape, and then you're gonna start twisting this, not twisting, but keep rolling them, but make sure you're tightening it at the same time. Do not let it loose. Okay, Now try to pull this a little bit and then pinch the other end to the dough. A little bit break, okay, that's fine. It's all good. Press it down a little bit. Okay, next we're gonna need an egg wash, which is just an egg beat with a little bit of milk or water. And now you're gonna brush this all around it. Next we're gonna add sesame seeds. You can add fennel seeds. If you like, you can add poppy seeds. And now this is going to go in my preheated oven, 425 Fahrenheit. I'm gonna show you how it looks like when it's done. My stuffed naan was in the oven. It took exactly 45 minutes to bake. It is so beautiful. That's a perfect color you can have in a naan. Too much brown will not be good, too much light will maybe raw inside. This is super hot right now. Written ingredient will be down below in the description box. I will see you next time. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Bye.